I have some inside information that is not available on mainstream media. You will not probably find it on any social media either. Therefore, this is something you can say exclusive. Yay! Before I share with you that particular news, just to remind you, most of my viewers are not subscribed. Consider subscribing if you're not yet. Let's take a look at this video first.
Come on in.
Got you the best part.
Greatest dinner I've ever had. Come on, let's get a good, beautiful.
Please, let's make a photo. Okay, wait. Great. Thank you.
Okay, I know you cannot stand their faces, but this is why I just made it very quick, only 22 seconds. Forgive me for bearing with that. But this is something is important for today's discussion. Why did I show that? Well, the smiley face that you have seen on this particular video clip of Donald Trump and Netanyahu, and the other one, the witch, the bunny boiler, Sarah. Take a look one more time. It's not really as nice as it looks like. After hearing from this inside information, I'm convinced that this whole photo was fake. This smile was fake because, of course, they want to have a good impression on the public. And this was before Donald Trump became president. So this was before he ran for the office for 2024 election. Again, as I said, this is not what it looks like. Now, let's see what this inside information is telling me at the moment. So this is what is coming from an Israeli newspaper and journalist. He said basically at the moment, Israelis may think that they have US Donald President's unconditional support when it comes to the conflicts in Gaza and Lebanon, but that is not the case, according to Haaretz's Washington correspondent Ben Samuels, reviewing Trump's first weeks in office and their impact on the Middle East amid reports that Prime Minister Netanyahu may be visiting the White House in coming days. Samuels noted on the Haaretz podcast that Trump took dramatic steps with executive orders erasing what he could of President Joe Biden's legacy. This includes rescinding sanctions on violent extremist social settlers in the West Bank and lifting the only hold that Biden put on heavy payload weapons to Israel. In other words, what this reporter is saying, that Donald Trump is trying to get rid of everything that Joe Biden accomplished or he wanted to do, and he is now ready to make a very, very new and fresh approach when it comes to Israel. The new president's goals in the Middle East are clear, said Samuels. In short term, to get Israeli hostages out of Gaza alive, and in the long term, to move towards peace plan that incorporates normalization with Saudi Arabia and could win him accolades at a Nobel Peace Prize. The Israeli Prime Minister's fight for political survival by maintaining the support he gets from Israel's far right may put him on a collision course with that vision. Basically, there are two things here. Donald Trump wants to get the hostages out in the short term, and in the long term, according to this reporter, in the long term, Donald Trump wants to normalize ties between Israel and Saudi Arabia. That's what he wants. And that's it. I mean, for Donald Trump, that's it. He doesn't want to do anything anymore because he has already too much on his plate at the moment. But that's his vision. That's what he wants to do. This is quite an exact opposite of Benjamin Netanyahu, because Netanyahu, he wants political survival. In other words, he wants the conflict to go on and on and on as long as possible. And this is why he did not want to end this genocide. Had it not been Donald Trump, he would not have ended this genocide. It was Donald Trump told him, hey, you want aid, you want my money, let me deal with this situation, call it a ceasefire, do not fight anymore, do not continue this genocide, I have some good plan for you. Looks like to me Netanyahu was caught off guard. He did not know what to expect or what Donald Trump's plan was, but now he's realizing that Donald Trump would not want this Gaza attack or this genocide to continue on by Netanyahu. And this is why Netanyahu is not happy, because for him to be in the office and avoid any kind of persecution in his country, he needs this genocide or some kind of conflict to go on. But Donald Trump is telling Netanyahu, no, don't do that because I'm not going to help you. Obviously, we know Donald Trump gave Israel, or he released that 2,000-pound bomb to Israel, but I don't think he will ask Israel to drop too many of them. Maybe one or two to scare them, to make them terrified of Donald Trump. Maybe that's why he approved or released those bombs, 2,000-pound bombs. But I don't think he will allow Netanyahu to drop them like he did when Joe Biden was in Washington. But this is what Donald Trump wants, and this is not what Netanyahu wants. Netanyahu wants to continue this fight. He doesn't want to normalize ties with Saudi Arabia right now because he wants to survive. He wants to be able to be free and walk as a free man. He doesn't want to go to jail. His court dates are, we are seeing, setting almost every single month, and he's appearing in front of the court. Anything could happen, and Netanyahu is totally terrified with that. So according to this reporter, this is what is happening. The Israeli Prime Minister's fight for political survival by maintaining the support he gets from Israel's far right may put him on a collision course with the vision. Donald Trump is not to bite his tongue. He is afraid of upsetting Netanyahu because Trump is not really going to pay too much attention to Netanyahu's pain like Joe Biden did. Trump is not going to bite his tongue because he's afraid of upsetting Netanyahu. Explained Samuels, Netanyahu can't play the same games with Trump that he played with Biden. Also on this week's podcast, Haaretz correspondent Linda Diane described the powerful scene at Hostoker in Tel Aviv over the weekend, where the release of 4 young women IDF spotters were taken. Where the release of 4 young women IDF spotters were taken hostage by Hamas on October 7, 2023, brought tears and relief to the country on edge. And this reporter, basically, when they reported on this, they said, this guy Samuels, he basically said that the conflict between Donald Trump and Netanyahu may not be happening at this point directly, but it is not too far away. Means it is already boiling. It is already at a boiling point. I mean, last time when you see Netanyahu visiting Washington, met Trump, you did not see much of a talk from Netanyahu. He did not make a bold statement, oh, this is my plan, that is my plan. You saw him very, very quiet. And this is very, very unusual because in the past, it was Netanyahu doing the talk, and Joe Biden, the senile old man, will just listen to him and nod his head like, yeah, I'm going to give you everything you want. But this time it was very different. I have seen and noticed this was very, very stunning that Netanyahu was just smirking. Obviously, this demon was happy that he committed genocide, killed 200,000 people. But nevertheless, he did not say much. And it was only Donald, the con, who was doing the talking. And this is very unlike of Netanyahu. Now, not only this, these guys, Bezalel Smotrich, the finance minister, he is very, very afraid of what will happen to the captives. And all this time, Smotrich didn't really care about the hostages or the prisoner of war or the war criminals of Zionists held by Hamas. But all of a sudden, Smotrich is threatening the Gazan resistance forces that if anything happens to these hostages, we're going to apply sovereignty in Gaza if Israeli captives are harmed. So he is really, Smotrich looks like to me he's playing on the side of Donald Trump. Okay, he's not playing on the side of Netanyahu. He's done with Netanyahu. Smotrich, this monster, Bezalel Smotrich, the finance minister, he's a big deal in the Israeli cabinet. He's a big minister. He makes all the policy. He's involved in major policies. So he's saying that right now we really care about the hostages. We don't care about anything else. Bring the hostages. And this is not what Netanyahu is really interested in, because Netanyahu wants to save his seat, his position, by keeping or allowing Hamas to have those hostages as long as they want, because that's how Netanyahu, he can continue fighting with this excuse that, oh, Hamas is the danger and they're still holding our people as captive, as hostages, so we need to fight against them. But looks like there is a big shift in terms of Israeli policy, some of this ministers' policy. Some of them are now siding with Donald Trump. Others are siding, obviously, with Netanyahu, and this is why he's in the office still. But how long he can hold? I mean, the moment Netanyahu realize, hey, look, my people, my ministers are going with Donald Trump, he's gonna call Donald Trump, I'm sure, and tell him, hey, Don the Con, what are you doing? You're ganging up on me with my ministers. You're taking them away from me. You're promising them this and that. I don't like it, Don. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Hang up the phone. So yes, I do believe that a conflict is going to take place very, very soon. I mean, with Donald Trump and who is a convicted felon, and Netanyahu, who is a war criminal, it cannot get along for too long. Yusuf, salam brother. Welcome, salam brother Yusuf. SRSK, thank you so much for joining. See you in the next video.